A story of hunger, hustle, and humanity. Chapter 1. The Boy in the Cellar. In 1835, in the small Scottish town of Dunfermline, a baby boy was born in a tiny weaver's cottage. His name was Andrew Carnegie. His family was so poor they shared a single room and lived above a hand-loom shop. The air smelled of smoke, sweat, and desperation. His father, a hand-loom weaver, worked hard, but the Industrial Revolution was replacing artisans with machines. The family's income vanished. The Carnegies were starving, not just for food, but for hope. At age 12, Andrew's mother sold all their belongings and borrowed money to buy passage to America. They were chasing a dream, but landed in poverty. Chapter 2. The Basement of Life. In Pittsburgh, Andrew began work at 13 as a bobbin boy in a textile mill. 12 hours a day, 6 days a week, for $1.20 a week. The work was brutal, the noise unbearable, and the heat suffocating. He saw grown men die of exhaustion. But Andrew never stopped learning. At night, he would read borrowed books by candlelight. One man, Colonel James Anderson, opened his private library to poor boys on weekends. That simple act ignited a fire in Andrew that would never burn out. Books gave him hope. They gave him vision. They whispered, "There's more than this." Chapter 3. Climbing through coal dust. From bobbin boy to telegraph messenger, Andrew learned fast. He memorized street names, people's habits, and Morse code faster than anyone. His hard work caught the attention of Thomas Scott, a rising railroad executive who made Carnegie his personal assistant. Carnegie was just 18. From there, Andrew soared. He studied the railroad business, invested early in steel, bridges, and oil, and by his early 30s, he was a millionaire. But it came with grit, pain, and guilt, especially when he saw the backbreaking labor his workers endured, the same hardship he once lived. Chapter 4. Steel and Sweat. Andrew Carnegie revolutionized the steel industry. By the 1880s, Carnegie Steel was the largest and most profitable industrial enterprise in the world. America's skyscrapers, bridges, and railroads were built on the steel his factories forged. But success came with a heavy price. The Homestead Strike of 1892, where workers clashed violently with security forces, left a stain on his legacy. Though he was away during the conflict, Carnegie never forgot the bloodshed. It haunted him, and it changed him. Chapter 5. The Turning Point. In 1901, Andrew Carnegie shocked the world. He sold Carnegie Steel to J.P. Morgan for $480 million, over $15 billion today, becoming the richest man on earth. But then, he did something no one expected. He began to give it all away. Chapter 6. The Gospel of Giving. Carnegie believed wealth came with responsibility. In his famous essay, The Gospel of Wealth, he declared, "The man who dies rich dies disgraced." He spent the rest of his life giving away 90% of his fortune, building 2,500 libraries, founding Carnegie Mellon University, and creating institutions for science, peace, education, and culture. He empowered generations of poor children just like him, to dream beyond the basement. His name isn't just written in history books. It's etched in the walls of libraries, schools, and hearts. The final chapter. Andrew Carnegie died in 1919. He had come to America with nothing, not even shoes. He had worked in boiler rooms, sweated in basements, and fought through rejection. He had built towers of steel, and then used that fortune to build towers of knowledge. His legacy was never about steel. It was always about people. He once said, "No man becomes rich unless he enriches others." And that's exactly what he did. Speech balloon final words. Andrew Carnegie's story reminds us that where you begin does not define where you can go. Wealth without purpose is empty. Giving back is the highest form of success. He rose from hunger to wealth, from forgotten to forever remembered. His life wasn't just lived, it was given. If Andrew's journey lit a fire in your heart, if it reminded you that even in struggle, greatness can be born, like this video to honor his legacy. Comment your thoughts or who you'd like us to cover next. Subscribe for more untold stories of power and purpose. Share this with someone who needs hope right now. Together, we make hope alive.